right, everybody, welcome back.
Episode 4 of the Shade Show. We got a full plate today. We're gonna touch a lot of things. Some controversial. Some people don't give a fuck about, like Dion. But we're gonna touch on that a little bit later.
You guys will now understand why we say Dion hates all.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't hate everything. But before we get into that, we had a special request from my old man.
Oh man,
who's a Mets fan like our fellow Haitian creation host. Fenel. He wanted to hear you talk about the New York Mets. Now, we are in August now, officially August, and the Mets are still hanging around in the playoff.
I'm surprised.
Which hasn't happened in 2006.
Come on,
2007,
Subway Series,
2009 too. Oh man,
let's have another one.
Yeah, right. So we could get Molly.
That'll be the last World Series one at Citi Field, and then they could break that one down and build another one.
Well, this was a stressful week for me because just watching I don't know if people understand, but baseball trading deadlines are pretty underrated. They're pretty exciting, especially if your team's in it, because all the other teams are just worried about just selling dudes out, because a lot of owners are cheap as hell. So if your team's in the race, you could get a superstar. Well, the thing is, being a Mets fan, all Mets fans know this, our owner sucks. He's a cheap bastard. He's an asshole. And
he must be friends with the Knicks owner.
James Dolan's not cheap. He's just a dumbass.
Yeah, he's not cheap.
He'll pay anybody. But our owner...
shout out to Amari.
Yeah, basically. Shout out to Amari's knees. That's what we paid for.
Yeah, he's on the Heat now.
Yeah,
it's good for his knees. There's no arthritis.
Riding that bench, baby.
Yeah. Remember, Amari Stoudemire is going to come in a little bit later.
Yeah, probably. So, so... This week we almost had Troy Tulowitzki, almost had Carlos Gomez, and it was all none but teasers, basically. It was just like, we almost got this guy, the trade toss was real close, and then no, Mets got scared and pulled out. And it wasn't even like it was the other teams that pulled out. It's always the Mets, because we're a piece of shit. Oh, my blood pressure's getting high. All right.
But you guys should be used to it, because you guys are always almost about to make the playoffs, or almost about to win the World
Last couple
Series.
of years, we just straight out sucked.
But you got to think about this, though. Like, you guys didn't give up any really big major prospects. You did get a really good hitter.
Yeah. I mean,
you still have good pitching. You're only 2 games out.
Well, that's the only thing that's been carrying us is our pitching.
Your pitching,
our hitting is last in almost everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, your offense was coming from like Duda.
Yeah,
like.
He was like having 15 home runs. I was like, yeah, look at that power. But, I mean, we could have got so much better. I really want Troy Tulowitzki, though. Troy Tulowitzki is an all-around.
You wanted a really old...
He's not even that old. He's like 30.
Kind of washed up AL exclusive shortstop.
Or whatever the hell his name is.
And
the only reason... all the Dominicans and Queens rocking for him.
Get them as a group. I mean, the only reason... I wanted Carlos Gomez, but the only reason I didn't really want him is because we're not like the Yankees, because we had him first. And then we gave him away. I didn't want him back. You guys, Yankee fans, don't give a fuck.
Hey, listen. Shout out to Beltran. He's killing it for us. He was into shit for you guys.
I don't want to talk about that.
And he chopped off that chocolate chip that he had on his face.
But I'm glad they finally got somebody. Cespedes, I'm really happy with that. Let's see how far we can go. I mean, we only really got 2 hitters on our team. Uribe, Cespedes, and I guess whenever Dave Wright decides to come back. But, I mean, we're only 2 games out. But it's the Mets, so probably last game of the season we're going to get eliminated. Or we'll find a way to get eliminated in the one-game playoff.
Subway Series, man.
I always love the pessimism of a New York Mets fan.
Last time we tried to get happy, Philly won the World Series. So I don't want to, no.
That's true. So we're gonna move on.
Moving on.
We had a also request from a listener to do better transitions. So I'm gonna work on that. So it's not so just
random. We'll get better every show.
Chopped up, chopped and screwed. I do it like down south, man. We got that dirty spray.
Come on, man. We was drinking that lean while we were doing the editing process.
So speaking of like crappy rappers, let's just touch base a little bit on this Drake and Meek Mill.
Yeah, I mean, if you're living on a rock or if you don't listen to hip hop at all, you basically should know about what's going on with Meek Mill and Drake. Meek Mill apparently doesn't understand how to enjoy success. Had the #1 album in the country 2 weeks in a row, and decided out of nowhere to go after Drake. Maybe people are saying because Drake didn't tweet his album, like Meek's a 16-year-old girl or something.
That's not the reason.
But he went after Drake and said Drake didn't write his own lines, and then it was downhill from there.
It's going to come out.
I'm pretty sure he fucked Nicki.
He found that Drake had some pictures or something with Nicki.
Put in her booty hole.
Yeah.
Ate her groceries.
And he got, he got butthurt.
Well, regardless, it wasn't looking good when when Meek Mills called out Drake. But then Drake came out with Charged Up, which was okay, I guess. It was like the setup, I guess. And then he dunked on him with Back to Back.
But Charged Up wasn't really that good. I mean, Charged Up was like a
But I think that was done purposely.
Charged Up was an okay record, right? It's okay for the first record in a beef. Apparently, Meek doesn't know what that is, but for the first record, because you don't want to just murk them out the first track and then...
What, you mean like Ether?
Well, Ether, that was the response to Takeover. You had to go hard with Ether.
I'm just saying, like,
the guy coming back.
Takeover was vicious too.
Yeah, but the Ether was the response to Takeover.
Okay, but what I'm saying is,
I still think Jay-Z won that one. By the way,
no, he didn't.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Because you want to know what? In Ether, Nas was just basically saying what Jay did and was like, "Oh yeah, that Eminem murdered you on your own track," but Jay said the same thing. Jay said the same thing about him in his track. So,
if you can't see me right now, but I'm giving Aaron the like, what the hell you talking about face.
Fuck that. I love Nas. I love Jay-Z.
There is no way in
Jay-Z
hell.
won that.
There's no way in hell that he won that.
He had a good first punch. It's just he didn't knock Nas out. And what made Ether so great was nobody expected that from Nas. Everybody thought Jay-Z killed him in Takeover. Yeah. Nas came back from the dead and dropped Ether.
He thought he was filming Belly too.
Yeah, exactly. He had real beef out there.
But
hey, you know what? I do want to say one thing. I want to pat myself on the back. Thank you, Drake, for making me look good. Because I said on that first episode of the show, if Drake came at somebody, it would be pretty good.
I do have to eat my words because I definitely said that nobody was worried about Drake in a beef.
And don't rest assured, you're fine because nobody is worried about Drake. They're worried about Drake's ghostwriters writing those hard-ass bars.
Dion's one of those that still thinks Drake has ghostwriters.
I heard the reference tracks, man. I heard them.
Are they timestamped? Like, those reference tracks could be made at any time. And it's not a ghostwriter if you're getting credited for the song. Like, Quentin Miller, the person that's alleged, Drake's alleged ghostwriter, he's credited in the songs. And he said himself, like, hey, I'm not writing for the dude. We collab, and I'll give him ideas here and there.
So that's cool. So let's stop calling Drake a rap artist and start calling him a pop star.
I mean, when was he not a pop star?
He's Miley Cyrus. But you
consider Kanye a rapper?
Huh?
Do you consider Kanye a rapper?
When? What version of Kanye?
Just in general.
First 3 albums, Kanye.
First 3 albums, Kanye. Yeah.
Have you ever seen like the credits for some of the hip hop songs? Any songs? There'll be like 5-6 names on those credits.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Here's the problem we have right now. Right? We're talking about. You might see 5 or 6 like credits on a song when there's people like being featured on a song, but if I look up like a Nas album, right? I'm looking at Nas. Yeah. I don't see
Nasir
Jones and Paul Smith and Lil Brother.
Are you sure about
Big
that?
Fife and Nasty Nate. And
are you sure about that?
And me and Aaron
and the guy down the block.
Yeah, no, I don't see all that. I just see Nas write some shit. I might see some producing credits, but writing credits.
I always remember seeing stuff like it didn't matter who it was. It was always like Sean, like Jay-Z song. It'll be Sean Carter, and like at least 3 or 4 of the names on there.
I don't know because I was never looking at those little books that came in the disc when I actually bought them. So
well, you didn't have to look at. You didn't really have to look at the booklets to know who wrote Jay-Z's. I mean, he just basically just recited Biggie's for the first half of his career,
or Snoop Dogg,
and just basically made his career off of that.
Stop hating on Jay-Z.
I'm not hating him. I like Jay-Z's.
Everybody does quotes.
Well, if you ever heard Cameron's mixtape, he actually
nobody listens to Cameron's.
Well, that's the problem. But he had facts on there though. He played Jay-Z's verse, and he'll play whoever's verse first, and then Jay-Z's verse right after. And it was always the same thing.
But everybody's been doing that.
And then immediately after that song, he started rapping about cereals and
Cocoa, and Flintstones.
Yeah,
and he wanted his own color in like a Crayola box. I heard.
And he was starting his own like fashion design that was capes, like pink capes.
Listen, we could dedicate a whole show to Cameron and his fuck ups.
Yeah, but nobody wants to give that guy any shine. So,
well, overall, it's been a really bad week for Meek Mill. It's been a bad week for Philly overall. Bill Cosby let you down. The Phillies suck.
Yeah,
Meek Mill's let you down.
Meek Mills.
You know, the Meek Mill and Drake battle does remind me. I was telling you the other day. It reminds me of the LL Cool J and Cannabis beef because like
you would think more of Meek. Just like you would think more of Cannabis?
No, I actually, like, Cannabis beat LL. Like,
no.
Yeah, he did. The problem is, people were like, you can't come out LL. LL's comeback was awful.
It wasn't. No, Return to Ripper?
Yeah.
Come on, that was good.
Second round
First off,
90% of your fans don't exist? Yeah.
After that, what happened to cannabis? He decided to go to fucking army. He was like, never mind. Give up this shit. Let me throw my pen in.
It's not like cannabis even responded to that.
But the problem is that the only reason why cannabis even came out in the first place is because LL was on a bitch move.
Well, yeah.
You just to feature a dude on your own fucking out.
And you rap after him just to make sure.
That dick.
Well, no, from what I heard is that he had his line, and then after Cannabis asked to take the mic from his arm, he was like, "Oh, word? All right, go ahead, do yours. I'm writing my shit."
That is a bitch move, though.
The way it actually went down was Cannabis basically submitted his verse, and not in a like fuck you, like it was more than an homage.
And then brought the mic from your arm.
And LL took it some sort of way and was like, "Nah, you can't do that shit. Like this is my fucking album. This is my album. People need to remember me. Take that fucking line and change it." So he changed it a little bit, and then afterwards,
he still did him dirty.
Just shit on him on the song. Like what? That's
amazing song, by the way.
Yeah, great song, by the way. It had like all. It had Redman, Method Man, DMX. Then the remix had Master P. Yeah.
That shit was dope.
They played that shit out for a while, but that's what's going on with this Drake and Meek Mill. Like honestly, that Meek Mill diss wasn't that bad.
It wasn't.
And I'll be telling you what,
it wasn't 4 days waiting work.
No. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. Like when I heard it, I was like, when it first hit, I'm like, oh shit, he's going to rap over Undertaker's beat. This might be pretty sick. And then it hit, I'm like, okay, it's starting to pop. And then I was like, oh man, now you start talking about platinum rollies, platinum chips.
Yeah, how are you gonna go at Drake with money like
Buttercup? Like, what up, Buttercup?
You can't diss somebody about how much money you have when he has 6 times the amount of money you have.
Like way more money than you and your girl combined.
Sense. That'd be like me saying Bill Gates is whack. I got 100 in my wallet.
The only thing that landed from that song was talking about Drake getting peed on. Yeah, because everybody's like, "Wait, who peed on Drake?"
He also talked about how Puffy came and slapped him up and shit.
The domestic violence, that was alright.
But in all,
Meek
trash.
lost.
It was trash.
And the problem is, Back to Back wasn't that great of a diss record, but it was good enough to beat Meek Mills. Apparently,
when he said, "Shout out to boss bitches, wife and niggas," I was like, "Wow,
that one was funny."
Whoever wrote that line for him was crazy. Speaking of things that are getting way overblown. Right?
Here we go.
Let's
I feel like saying the views of Dion are not the views of Aaron and Fenel.
Again, this is where you find out what kind of individual
some people are. Yes.
Let's just talk a little bit about Simba or Cecil, the lion. So there's this big uproar about this dentist who killed apparently a famous lion.
A tourist attraction, making money.
That no American would have ever known who it was. To prove this point, now you guys, this is very visual. I took it upon myself to print out.
He's trying to prove a point, even though we're not from Zimbabwe.
Just a random bunch of lion pictures. I'm gonna pass them around to my esteemed co-host. I'm gonna allow them to look at them, and then they're gonna tell me which one of these fucking lions.
Do you know which one is?
And don't worry, I'll post these up on Facebook so you guys can look at it yourself. Go ahead. You take a look through these and you let me know which one is. While they're looking, I'm just going to over talk about how ridiculous this whole idea is.
Dion is a freaking jerk. He just doesn't understand. We're not bleeding hearts like, oh, this lion died. Yeah. We're just stating the fact that this motherfucker lured him off of the reserve, or his guides lured him off of the reserve, so that way he could kill them. That way he could kill him.
But as a trophy, not even like he was going to eat the lion. It wasn't for survival. He did it just for a trophy.
Is this the first time you guys have ever heard of people who hunt big game?
No. And those guys to me are assholes too.
Now mind you, just so you guys know as well, poor picture quality. If these were better pictures, I'm sure I'd pick this one out much easier.
He did it on purpose. He knows all lions look alike.
You want to know what it is? He's going to be like, ha, none of these are the lions. It's the same lion in different pictures.
Which one is the lion?
Because these ones are the same one.
Yeah.
This one is not enough to even...
That's not the lion.
Well, if it was, it's not enough.
You can't even... Like, that's just a face. Like, how are you going to...
Pick one of them.
That's not even a full profile picture of a lion. This is rigged. This is like a Fox News poll. I think it's this one too, but...
The survey says they're wrong.
Which one was it?
It's that one. Oh. That's the lion.
It's the same lion.
It ain't the same one.
Is that because that's the black mane right there?
It's the one. I had to look it up.
I couldn't tell because of...
You couldn't tell because the fucking lion looked exactly the same.
The quality that Dion provided.
So the fact of the matter is, you couldn't have fucking tell. So now here's the problem, right? So
he broke a law.
So here in America, we have this like ridiculous, false outrage over the silliest fucking issues. We have to get on for like a couple of days. Now this guy they're talking about he can't run his fucking business anymore.
Well, he's good.
He's getting death threats. Calm down. You didn't give a single fuck about Africa.
Wait,
let me finish.
What?
None of the people who are outraged.
Yeah.
None of the people who are outraged gave a fuck about Africa. Nobody gave a fuck about lions before this thing. They got this lion gets killed. Outrage. You care about Africa? Send some money to Africans, because I see commercials with little dudes sitting outside in makeshift diapers,
Guess what?
flying around their fucking head. They're always asking for rice and beans.
Guess what?
Give these motherfuckers
They were
some
making money. They were using this line to make money, and the guy killed that. Now you send money to Africa.
This is the thing. Yes, I agree with Dion on the fact that
nobody gave a fuck about Africa.
Nobody cared until they found out, how
Well, a lot of
special
people
the
were
lion was.
against trophy hunting
But this is
because
the
it was
thing.
useless.
This is the thing. Like, again, it's a line. It's sad. What have you? Like Fenel said, it was one of their point of tourism. And that's what money is Zimbabwe making?
They still have.
That's it. That's the only thing.
They still are known for something else other than the lion.
No, because apparently his brother got killed too.
They're known for AIDS.
See, I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it. Son of a bitch.
So, any doctors that want to go down there and try out some new AIDS drug?
Listen, people.
You want to hit up Magic Johnson and get that antidote from his blood? Take that shit down to Africa.
And you know what?
If you really care about Africans, take it down there. You can cure malaria. You can cure AIDS, and you already helped that.
Listen, this psychopath right here to my left.
You're real.
No,
and now the dentist is in hiding now because they're trying to extract him. Yeah, they're trying to extradite him back because he broke a law.
Because
if he didn't know it or not,
like
he still broke a law.
This is like you and me talked about earlier. All right, it's a dumb lion. But you got these pedophiles driving around in cars, coaxing dumb kids, in their cars with candy.
So we're going to make a comparison.
No, I'm making a comparison.
We're going to make a
that
comparison.
Wrong is wrong.
Against the law is against the law.
Against the law is against the law.
We're making a comparison.
It doesn't matter how he did it.
Kids,
no, I'm saying that he lured this lion. You're saying it's a dumb lion. He lured the lion off the reserve and he killed him. These pedophiles are luring kids out of their wherever they are. And doing whatever.
To give you a little backstory, just so in case people think Aaron's insane, Dion's argument was, why was the lion dumb enough to follow which is a retarded ass argument.
That was obviously a joke. That was my.
Who knows? Every time I think you're talking, it's a joke.
I think if we put a poll up, I'm gonna get a poll going, right, for all the listeners. I want y'all to vote.
So you don't think anything should happen to this guy?
You don't even think that he should be extradited and charged?
If he broke a law?
I think he should pay the fine.
Really?
Keep it moving. Yeah, keep it moving. People go to Africa and do big game hunting all the time.
What if they killed one of those mascots from college football, like the fucking dog from Georgia, the bulldog?
What's that crazy panda bear in China?
Let me finish. Number one, there's no way that you could reasonably prove that he knew what the fuck that lion was.
It doesn't matter.
Let me finish. He's never going to get a fair trial down there.
Oh, fucking Zimbabwe.
He's not going to get a fucking fair trial. A middle-aged, rich, white American is not going to get a fair trial and
he will just throw some money at them.
And before I'm gonna cut Michael J's comments out right now. I understand you're gonna say that's what a black guy feels like in America. Squash that bullshit. We're not talking about that right now.
Oh yeah, I got into a crazy argument with him the other day.
So we're not going to talk about that right now. We're talking about is what's fair is fair. You can extradite a guy because he killed a lion.
First of all, your other main argument was he didn't know. Like I was telling before, when was the excuse I didn't know ever get anybody out of trouble?
Other than Zimmerman.
Yeah, basically. I didn't know doesn't mean shit when it comes to the
So
law.
you were okay that Zimmerman killed
Trayvon Martin?
We're not going to.
He didn't know he had a gun.
He didn't know it was a bag of Skittles.
Yeah.
We're not going to. We're going to have a show where we talk about these type of issues at some point. But
it'll be a 2-hour show. It'll take a whole day.
Today's not that show. For the record, no, it was not okay that he killed.
Okay.
Oh, okay. This is the first. Here's a first.
Yeah, I guess he cared about that.
Yeah, he's caring about some kind of.
He always hashtagging I am Trayvon Martin.
I wasn't going that far.
All right.
Well, segueing into I cared more about the lion
than I do about this topic. Yeah, this one kind of snuck in there.
I cared more about the dead lion than the dead Bobbi Kristina. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's a loss of life, and it's never cool.
Yeah.
Well, Bobbi Kristina, for those that know, is the daughter of Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, and she was found eerily in the same exact manner that her mother was found, in the bathtub.
Taking drugs.
Yeah, in the bathtub, passed out, and she recently died. And as sad as it is, I mean, it's kind of... I mean, I guess I know where Dion might be going with this. It's kind of hard to feel sympathy.
No, Dion's going to be like, good! I'm so happy.
She's ugly anyway.
One less dummy on the earth.
Actually, that's not what I was going to say. What I was going to say was I have very low sympathy for people who...
do drugs?
Dumb enough to cause their own death?
I guess, but look, there's two sides. There's two sides of the equation, right? So there's obviously deep depression issues that people fall themselves into, and it happens. You know what I mean? Like it's like in a serious topic. Mm-hmm. But I don't feel any more sad that she died than the little girl across the street that I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like I don't know her, so I can see how the family members.
I'm more sad Roddy Piper died.
Yeah, like
word.
Shout out to the Rod.
Yeah.
But like, what's crazy to me is that y'all care more about a lion getting killed than a human being.
I mean, the lion wasn't doing coke in the back of a club.
Yeah, the lion got killed. She
kind of ended up, yeah. I mean, I know drugs sometimes can be a disease itself, and it's not like you could quit tomorrow or whatever, but I mean, she was in control of her own destiny. Yeah. Cecil wasn't.
Shout out to Cecil.
And
again, his brother died, so let's...
I mean, Cecil...
a moment of silence for his brother.
Wait, whose brother?
The lion. Apparently somebody came and killed the brother of the lion.
Yo, they come after
Yes. It's under investigation.
What is this?
They killed Simba and Scar. They ain't messing around.
I bet you there's another line in the back like it's all coming together now.
I know. It's the hyenas. It is. It's
the sad thing is not to stand Cecil too much, but now his kids are going to die because the other lions are going to try to take over because Cecil was the head of his tribe.
Right.
Because he's not there anymore, they're going to kill the cubs. So they become the head of the tribe. That's how it works in the Lion Kingdom.
Look, it is what it is. We all need more rugs and blankets, so just send the furs my way. I'm cool. It's more.
Are you going to dress like Coming to America? Like, my son works?
Winter is coming.
Oh, man. But, again, sorry to hear, Bobbi Kristina.
Even sadder is seeing what Bobby Brown looks like now. Have you seen the picture?
No, I just can't stand that nobody knows her. Why is everybody, Bobbi Kristina's dying, like all this social media? Like,
well, she had a reality show. I think a lot of people.
No, she did not.
Yeah, she did. I would
have known about this.
The Whitney family, she had with her creepy like brother/slash boyfriend dude.
But was it the Bobbi and Kristina, Bobbi and Whitney reality show?
No.
Or was it her own?
Oh, so it was after Whitney died. It was like the family that's left over. And they were all talking about how they were, because they kind of called it. They were all talking about how they were concerned for Bobbi Kristina because she was walling out and stuff like that. They were like, she's going to end up dead. And lo and behold, they called it.
Listen, blanket, Prince, don't run in their footsteps, all right?
Yeah, just stick to whatever you're doing right now, which is chilling and doing nothing.
You asked the question, I was going to answer it for you. You wanted to know why there's so much social,
why is it on social media and whatnot?
Yeah. It's because in the black community, like we're gonna keep it real.
Oh no!
In the black community, when a black celebrity dies,
in the Negro community,
they assume that they're like part of their family.
Oh, here we go.
And we tend to sometimes to defend people that don't need to be defended. OJ.
Nobody's defending Bill Cosby.
Yes, they were.
Until about 2 weeks ago.
No, I don't know anybody that was really defending Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
And he was exposed
I was defending Bill Cosby.
I was Puerto Rican, everybody.
Puerto Rican guy was defending Bill Cosby.
He was exposed by a black guy.
Until last week.
Hannibal Buress was the one that put it all into light.
But to be fair, if you didn't see Hannibal Buress and only heard him, you wouldn't know that Hannibal Buress was black. Hannibal Buress sounds just like Mitch Hedberg. He's just the black Mitch Hedberg. I mean, it sounds exactly the same.
Yeah.
Also, Mitch Hedberg is really funny.
Hell yeah.
His TV show is awful.
He had a TV show?
He had a TV show?
It's on right now. It just started.
Mitch Hedberg?
No,
He's dead.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm talking about
Hannibal Buress has a TV show?
Yeah, he does.
Please,
oh, God.
hit Comedy Central. I know you're not listening, but if somehow we became famous somehow and you hear this back, please stop ruining my favorite comedian.
Shout out to Key and Peele.
Make it
the last season, I'm the only one I feel like I'm the only one that like Key and Peele. I thought this shit was hilarious.
Because it was trash.
That shit was
This shit was hilarious. They had some of the best skits. They had skits that everybody else was talking about. Like, that's how you know you had a good skit, when you can get the Chappelle treatment.
I'm sorry. Am I on regular social media and you're on black social media? Because I never heard of that. I don't know anything funny about them going around.
Fenel has an account on blackplanet.com.
Just so if I subscribe to black people Twitter, it's just funny as fuck. I don't care.
He's getting Ebony and Ivory magazine. You know, the little pamphlets and shit, like Watchtower.
Oh man, the old magazine's too white for me, so I can't. But yeah, I mean, there's not much we can say. It's not like Bobbi Kristina was talented or she did anything really worthwhile.
She happened to be Whitney and Bobby Brown's daughter.
She was a black Kardashian, if you think about it. She didn't really have any real talent, but she was famous for being famous.
Listen.
No. What talent do the Kardashians? You heard the moment of silence I just got? What talent do the Kardashians have?
None.
Yeah.
But you can't put this one into the same, because they're at least famous.
Yeah,
Bobbi Kristina was famous.
She's famous
for being Bobby Brown's kid.
Okay, what is
what are the
Kardashian?
You guys
taking some dick.
Exactly. For loving black penis. You guys should have been all up on top of that.
Famous black penis.
You guys should just love the Kardashians.
Oh man.
Anyway, we're gonna take a quick break. You're gonna hear this little bumper before our next topic, which says our top 5.
Our weekly top 5. This should be a good one.
This one was a little difficult for me, by the way.
We'll be back. We'll be back after this.
Oh, I know.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Hopefully, we did a better job of transitioning this time.
Yeah, we're getting better every show. I'm telling you.
The hate's still real, though.
It's still real. But actually, before we jump in to the top 5, I did want to just circle back just a little bit to our first show when we were shitting on Mike and specifically Chris about his selfies. I got an email from Chris that gave me a little bit of backstory to the.
There's a story behind it.
There's a story to it.
Oh, okay.
So he has a work buddy who we're not going to name drop because I don't know, whatever. He got a work buddy.
No addresses given out this
time. Who was trying to hook up with a cute female coworker.
Okay.
But according to Chris, this dude has no game.
Okay.
So he was trying to be a good wingman.
By taking selfies?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you the story, man. Let me finish. He noticed that the chick was like real into like social media, like that. She sounded like a thought. She was a Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook groupie.
Oh, she's one of those.
So he thought, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a bunch of like pictures. He did actually what you said. He brought all his fucking shirts.
What, he actually did that?
He took all the shirts in one day.
No way.
I'm reading the story.
What's time to do all this at work?
He wanted to do a selfie battle because his homie is a good dresser apparently.
Okay.
So he decided to bring his fucking Paul Pierce jersey, his all the shirts that you saw,
okay,
in this thing, and take worser pictures, I guess, than his friend to try to elevate his friend up, to post them, and he would tag him in the pictures with his boy, so that the girl could see like, oh, this dude is kind of okay. I guess he's kind of fly or whatever. So he kind of set him up.
Okay.
Long story short.
Did that work?
Long story short, the dude couldn't close.
So Chris and I took all these selfies for nothing.
Now, you can believe what you heard, but I know that motherfucker likes taking selfies because he's taking selfies. He took a selfie last week and listened to the podcast. Now, I appreciate the promotion.
Word.
Good
looking, Chris.
But let's not act like you didn't like to fucking take selfies.